It's time to check out some new clones. Brand new fragrance clones. They have been coming out like crazy from a whole bunch of different clone brands. These are really starting to pop up on discounters left and right. You know, sometimes they're announced, but then you just can't find anywhere to buy them, at least here in the US. And now they're becoming a lot easier to get. And on top of that, these are also new. Maybe you've heard of these yet, maybe you haven't. I've covered a couple of these here on the channel so far, but a few of these I haven't talked about yet. So we'll go ahead and dive right into it. The first one, we have Fragrance World Suits, and this is yet another YSL tuxedo clone. Yeah, there are a lot of them, okay? And it really comes down to now just taking your pick. Which one do you want to get? Because you don't need to get all of them, right? It's not a necessity, but it comes down to which one can you actually purchase. And I don't mean that in terms of, okay, which one's the most affordable. I mean, which one is actually in stock for you to get, which one isn't discontinued or whatever. Recently, we had Alhambra the Tux, and that one, I did a video on it already, and shortly after that, it just kind of went away. It went out of stock, and it didn't come back. It just came back a few days ago. I did send out an email and a text regarding that so you guys could pick your bottle up. They had a limit on it. It sold out super quick. That one was definitely highly anticipated. I think it's getting discontinued due to some lawsuit issues that a lot of these clone brands are facing, but I digress. That's also an option if you can pick it up, but again, it's hard to get. This is one that also is a newer clone that does a very good job. It smells a lot like YSL Tuxedo at a fraction of the cost, $29, $30 here, versus Tuxedo costing like $250. I've always had an issue with that one just because you can't get it at discounters. You have to pay full retail for it. It's not in everyone's pocketbook, right? But these coming in at 30 bucks or so. Rocus Mustache coming in at, 50, and all of the other options out there, Off Non-Tarothy Brown. There's options for you guys. You don't have to go buy the real thing unless you really want to. If you want to save money, you can do it. What's nice about something like this and Alhambra the Tux is they're going after the bottle presentation. So while that could get them into some trouble here, might as well get it while you can because it does look cool, and this does not look like a tacky clone bottle sitting on your shelf. I mean, you could set this next to your actual bottle of Tuxedo if you had it, and they're strikingly similar. The cap detailing and everything. Very cool, very classy, definitely something that you would be proud to display. Now, this next one I did do a review on a while back, and I've tossed it in a couple of lists here and there, whatever. If you happen to miss that or you've been waiting around, this is one, again, that you can get pretty easily now. I think when I did my video, it was not quite fully available at discounters yet, but now you have a better chance of scooping one up. It is MAISON Alhambra, Eau de Parfum, which MAISON Alhambra basically is Lattafa. And if you look at the bottom of your box, not the bottle, but the bottom of your box, it says LattafaPerfumes.com or whatever the domain is. So, there you go. And that's kind of common with these clone brands. They are just kind of branching out and doing a whole bunch of stuff. But Lattafa, MAISON Alhambra, whatever, it's Eau de Parfum, and I'm sure you have an understanding of what this one is a clone of, and they did a good job. Why EDP? Smells a lot like it. You get a lot of that sweet apple off the top, a lot of the sage, a lot of the lavender, the geranium, the aromatics, the amberwood, tonka bean sweetness. You get all of that in here. And again, you're probably wondering, okay, that's great, but isn't there also another YSLY clone out there? Something like Lattafa Fakar? Yes, from the same brand. And yes, 100%. Lattafa Fakar Eau de Parfum was out first, or at least it was easily available here in the US first, and that's the one I covered first, obviously, and that's a great option as well. If you have Fakar, you don't need this, okay? And they're basically identical, and it makes sense. We're talking the same brand here. However, it comes down to presentation again. They're going after the looks of the real deal, and when you take a look at Fakar Eau de Parfum, it's a tacky bottle. I'll be the first to admit, a lot of these clone bottles are ugly. Okay, not something that you would be proud to display. This is one that does have a striking resemblance to Eau de Parfum, does have that designer look, does look classy, does look modern and sleek, And if that's something that is important to you, then this would definitely be one that's worth picking up. It even has great performance like Eau de Parfum. It's a nice option. This next one is super exciting for me because this clone's one of my favorite designer releases from this brand and line. The only problem is the real one that's my favorite is super hard to get. And that's a bummer because that means I can't really talk about it that much because it's not fair to you guys because you can't buy it. And I also, thinking about it now, I don't think I have any backup bottles of it, which is very not like me because I tend to obsess over backup bottles. But honestly, having this clone makes it to where I don't really need a backup. This is Fragrance World Moonlit Night, or it's the one and only Moonlit Night Luminous Night Clone, which is so exciting to me. The bottle, color, presentation, everything here looks so similar to the bottle and the name as well a little bit, that when I saw this one on Discounters Fragrance Buy, I was like, okay, it looks like a Luminous Night clone. Let's hope it is. I placed my order. I got it in, and sure enough, guys, it is. And that is amazing. $35, maybe $37 for this one. Maybe even a bit less. I can't remember, but it was not unreasonable at all. Even if this was $50, who cares? Because you can't buy Luminous Night anymore. I mean, you really can't. I'm on the lookout for it all the time. I'm checking all the discounters all the time. It hasn't come in stock for a while now. I think maybe a couple units have popped up here and there, like I'm talking 3 or 4. You know, that's like impossible to get. It sells out so quick. If you are on the mailing list and the texting list, though, you will get notified when rare stuff like that and Dior Homme Parfum comes into stock. But with Luminous Night, it's a tough one. So if you want to get something that smells very similar to that one, it has the dates, it has some of the cardamom, a lot of the sandalwood, the amber. It smells beautiful. It's a little bit kind of smoky and mysterious smelling, but it doesn't go too far in like the Middle Eastern smelling direction of that type of scent like the exclusive editions normally do. So it still is something that's very easy to pull off and that a lot of people will love and adore. Definitely check this one out. It's a killer clone, and again, presentation wise, it looks nice. Again, this next one is all about presentation. This is another one that will be redundant in terms of scent because it's likely that you already have clones of this scent, okay? But again, presentation is something that is important to people, and if you've been holding out or you want to go to this just because it looks better, then now it's an option for you. Another one from MAISON, Alhambra, Latafa, Leyden. Yes, Leyden. I did a video on this as well. It's a Leyden clone, obviously, guys, and it smells very similar to it, for sure. You have a lot of options out there. You've got Detour Noir, you have Lalique White and Black, you have Amber Oud Exclusive Blue. So many options and varying price ranges. This is another one that's very reasonable in terms of its pricing here, but the only difference is they actually made an effort to kind of, you know, go after the presentation a little bit, and even the color of the bottle very much resembles Leyden as well. So again, it's another one where this would actually look pretty nice sitting on your shelf, whereas maybe some of the others not so much. I would say Amber Oud Exclusive Blue actually does look pretty nice because it's a ALHAMBRA bottle ripoff. It's the same exact bottle, just different weird random brand. You guys know the drill behind that. But, you know, this one looks pretty nice. And again, Leyden clone. It does a great job at smelling like it and looking like it as well. Last up, we have Jean Gusté Homme Le Parfum, which is a Le Male Le Parfum clone. It's a really good one as well, and there aren't too many out there, if not any other ones at all. I don't think I've come across another Le Male Le Parfum clone yet, which is kind of surprising because there are quite a few Ultra Male clones out there. Granted, Ultra Male has been out significantly longer, so I'm sure over time we'll get many more from all of the other big brands kind of going after it. But it, you know, has the iris, it has the vanilla, it has the tonka bean, lavender, sweetness going on, the cardamom, spiciness. It has all of that. It does smell like Le Male Le Parfum for sure. It is an eau de parfum concentration, just like Le Male Le Parfum, which is like a eau de parfum intense, not a true parfum. And now I'm just waiting around for a Le Male Elixir clone. I'll be really excited about that because Le Male Elixir is definitely the most premium of the flankers, most expensive one, and so it will be nice to have an affordable alternative to that. But until then, we have a Le Parfum clone, and obviously presentation, very similar. The only difference is we're getting a cap, you know, so you don't have an exposed atomizer with a little pull tab. But other than that, they're definitely making quite the effort here, and pretty cool. Alrighty guys, there you have it. Those are some new clones that maybe you haven't checked out yet that you've been missing out on, and now you can go pull the trigger on these. And again, if you want to have first dibs on these new clones coming in stock, becoming available, rare clones like Alhambra, the Tux coming into stock, rare designer scents like Dior Homme Parfum, Luminous Night, Blue Electrique, and things like that, 48-hour flash sales, all of that stuff. Get on the mailing list at the first link down below and the texting list. Just send any text to the number down below and you'll be signed up for that one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.